Hi guys, I would make the next episode of Blue Crystal, but I'm too busy playing Fortnite Chapter 2 Remix. I'm just kidding, it's gonna come out soon. But in the meantime, let's go over everything that came out before the first episode that is now cancelled and or not canon. On March 20th of 2022, I officially announced I'd be making a new object show by the name of Blue Crystal, and showed this bit of animation in the announcement video.
Hey Minty, you want to see something cool?
Oh yeah, sure.
Cool, you're standing on a spring. What?
I ended up finishing a bit more of the animation, but only got a good 30 seconds done.
Well, that's just marvelous. Now where am I?
Wait, water bottle? You're here too? How? Well, it doesn't matter. Let's just try to go find someone. Or something. Hey, water bottle, over here. I think I found something.
Well, I guess I shall knock. I also made an April Fool's video where my old retired OC comes in and hits the get down meme. Now, I bet you guys are wondering, what was this original vision for the show about? It was actually just meant to be a silly slice of life series with no contest, and it was supposed to be connected to some other series with someone I know, which I'm pretty sure I can't mention. But the reason why I didn't go with this idea is because while I was making it, I hit a wall. I was using ideas that only kinda worked on paper and definitely didn't work when I executed them. Such as this idea of this club in a cave, which just kinda went nowhere and was supposed to be Minty's new home, but like didn't really have a lot of impact or anything. It just kinda didn't sit right. But let's go into some scrap content before we move on. Here's Minty laying in an empty desert, surrounded by things that I currently have in my room, such as a VR headset, a fiery plush, a hanger, and a switch box. In terms of unused characters, we have a Kirby automaton, a capture card character, and a Wiimote character. Here are also some quick storyboards that I drew just to give myself a vague idea of what I was supposed to animate. You can pause the video to read these if you care enough, but yeah, I'm not going to go over them. The only real finished projects to ever come out of the original concept for Blue Crystal were two shorts I made, which you can still watch on YouTube right now. And there the project sat for 2 years, completely inactive, until one day I sent a video into the Blue Crystal Discord server that me and my friends made to help work on the series. So yeah, I brought the project back, but with a more traditional object show approach of a game show. The name Blue Crystal took on a new meaning, as that's what they were competing for. This is pretty much the same intro that's used in the first episode, but with minor tweaks, to make sure it's more relevant to the final project. You might immediately notice 3 unused characters, that being Belle, Mirror, and Mr. Rundown, the host. I cut Belle and Mirror out of the show because I thought they were kind of just uninteresting, and also there was already a big object show character already named Belle. And I cut out Mr. Rundown because I kind of just really grew to dislike him, especially considering the fact that, you know, I thought because I made him a human, he would have some sort of authority over the objects, but in reality, he just kind of looks out of place. That, and he felt too much like 4 from BFDI and Kane from The Amazing Digital Circus blended into one, and I just fucking grew to hate him because of that. This concept for the show actually got far enough to where I started animating for episode 1. I found what was left of the animation, but it's completely unedited, so there are some parts where I put something on screen telling me to edit something in or whatever, but here it is now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or whatever else. Welcome to the show, everyone. I am your host, Anthony Z. Rundown, but you can call me Mr. Rundown. We've got something really special for you all today. We've gathered 10 participants to partake in daring, strenuous, and hectic challenges until one remains. The remaining contestant will win an incredible prize. What is it, I hear you asking? Allow me to show you. This is the Blue Crystal. And no, it's not just a fancy glowing diamond. It wields the power to grant its beholder any wish they command. The winner could wish for anything. Wealth, chaos, godlike powers? It's all up to them. Now, without further ado, let's get started.
Boo, you stink.
Contestants, before we get started, I'm gonna need all 10 of you to split into 2 teams. I'm gonna go do something. Be ready when I come back, okay? See ya! I hope this isn't wrong to say, but I'm glad I stopped animating this version and completely revised the show for a 3rd time. If I ended up just forcing myself to finish this and people ended up liking it, and I just didn't enjoy making it, that would be awful. Here's the thumbnail for the episode. The contest was a jumping challenge, and I think I did a very good job on this thumbnail. I actually kind of like it more than the thumbnail for the first episode that I actually released, but I guess the thumbnail looking good here had the advantage of a challenge that could easily be made into a thumbnail. And now we're here at the 3rd revision of Blue Crystal and the final revision of Blue Crystal. One thing that's interesting about the teaser trailer and the first episode is that they use outdated assets. Some of the assets used in the first episode were made by my friend Sako, who made the assets for the original version of Blue Crystal, both versions, the first version and the second version. Having them make new updated assets for the final version of Blue Crystal was kind of a last-minute decision made by them, but I was on board with it. However, it got to a point where I was ready to start animating and the new assets weren't done yet. So to avoid procrastination, I just kind of continued animating with the old assets, meaning that the second episode will feature new assets. So if any of you cared enough to watch this video, be happy, because here's the new assets before anyone else gets to see them, right here. I brought this up because I actually made a version of the thumbnail with Slinky's new asset, but I didn't end up going with that because I think it would look weird in contrast to the old asset Slinky that you see in the episode. But anyways, to wrap this video up, I just wanted to say that I think I'm glad that it took so long for the first episode of this series to come out. I think me getting a bit over ambitious with the second rendition or concept of this show kind of, brought me to my senses and made me realize that, this is supposed to be a series that's just at its core is simple. It's very simple looking. It's simple for me to crank out and create, meaning I don't have to overwork myself making episodes. I can just make something fun, and you guys really seem to enjoy it. Even if it was just 8 people who watched the first episode or liked the first episode. It actually had 100 views, which is pretty crazy. But if it's just that really makes me happy, There's those people who really watched the video and liked it and voted on it. You guys mean a lot to me, man. I'm really happy that I ended up actually getting the show out before completely closing the doors on it. And I'm really excited to start making the second one, and who knows, maybe see the series take off one day. Maybe not, but we'll see. Anyways, I love you guys. I'm gonna see you in the next video or next live stream. But until then, stay skibbity. Woo!